Bry's Comics.
In this video, we're doing the last installment of the digging through long boxes that I paid $100 a long box, and we'll go over all the details of how we got to where we are today. But before we do that, I want to mention this upcoming slab show on Whatnot. Whatnot has a huge promotion coming up next week. It's called Slab Mayhem, and it's the whole weekend for next weekend, if you're watching this the day it comes out, where they're putting a lot of effort into marketing this. There's going to be tons of awesome giveaways, tons of awesome slabs, and my show is going to be Friday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase if you're new to Whatnot. And I have some big books that I'm going to bring that we're going to auction off starting at $1. I think we're going to do an ASM 300 and a Giant Size X-Men #1. I'm still on the fence about which books to bring, but there will be some awesome books. So I hope to see you there over on Whatnot. And also, last call to Ruth Vasquez. Ruth, you were the winner of last month's YouTube giveaway for this slab here. I have not heard from you. I reached out to you directly, and I'll give you a couple days after this video. And if I don't hear from you, we will draw a new winner for last month's giveaway. And we have a brand new giveaway this month. If you like, comment, and subscribe, you're entered to win a free slab each and every month on the YouTube channel and over at BryceComics.com. If you sign up for the newsletter over there, you're also entered to win a free slab. You also get first access to new inventory that comes through the shop, mystery boxes, and use code COLLECT10 for 10% off everything in stock at BryceComics.com. So, the 30-second recap of this collection. This was a collection that I bought, consisted of over 300 slabs and 17 long boxes. I paid about $17,000 for the whole thing. I drove down to get it. I did several videos to this point about the whole journey of buying and selling that collection. And so this video is the last digging video through these boxes. I just processed these 7 long boxes here and pulled all the keys. So in this video, we're going to talk about which ones that I pulled, and we're going to break it down into this. These are what I'm calling Whatnot singles. So all of the books in these 2 boxes, we're going to flip through them here in just a moment, but these are books that I will put up one by one or as a single item on Whatnot. Start the bidding at $1. So these are, higher quality books. And then we also have that stack right there that we're going to flip through as well. These books are the books out of these 7 long boxes that are going to be sent off to CGC for grading for 9/8 pre-screens after I press and clean them. So that's going to be a very interesting video because I'm going to combine it all into one video. All of the books from those 17 long boxes that are going to be sent off to CGC, I'm going to press, clean, and submit them all at once, and then do an unboxing video at the end, go over the actual numbers. It's going to be a really interesting video to see, what kind of stuff, and these are some of the books here that are going to be sent off and that are 9/8 candidates. So it's going to be a really interesting video to discuss of a mostly Bronze Age collection, 17 long boxes, about 5,000 books. I think it's going to be about 50 books that are going to be sent off for grading. And that's only 1% of the entire collection. So it's going to make for some really interesting numbers and a really interesting video, so stay tuned for that. So I will say that these last boxes were nowhere near as nice as the first boxes that we did, that we were just pulling out all of those keys. There was one box in particular that had just a ton of really awesome stuff. And these ones, none of it is junk. None of it is junk. There's like the bulk of this, like this box here says decent detective. We've got decent mixed, decent. This means like decent means I can bring everything in this box and have an awesome Whatnot show. Decent mixed, modern Batman and detective, good Batman down there at the bottom. That's a good one. Decent detective has a bunch of like 20-cent detective comics, has some minor keys and some really awesome stuff. Some of these are like $50 books. So like this is a good one, reintroduction of Deadman, I believe. So some really awesome stuff in here. Some of these could have been pulled for my Whatnot single box, but that's like the bulk of it is stuff like that. Bunch of Batman, DC. There's also like this box here is still all Amazing Spider-Man, all Amazing Spider-Man. So some really good stuff, and we'll just flip through here real quick of some of these singles. Some Batman 80-page Giants, issue number 5, issue number 12, issue number 198. some Detective Comics 100 pagers. Some of these are in really good condition, others not so much, but for the most part, like average, about VF. These are just, this is just Detective number 443. So some decent books here, some Silver Age, Batman and Detective. Really good reading. It's a bargain, 80 pages for 10 or 20 bucks for most of those, and you get some cool Silver Age reading. These ones are going to be, there were so many copies of this. I think there was like 4 copies of these Batman keys in this collection together. This was just a really cool foil cover, I thought was pretty awesome. DC Comics Presents number 67. Anything that was 12 cents, Spawn number 1, $20 or so I put in here. Although some of these 12-cent Supermans won't even go for $20. 15-cent Batman, Batman 608, Hush storyline begins, World's Finest. I about had a heart attack when I saw this. I hope, none of you just had a heart attack seeing these 2 books. But just really cool. I'm going to go back and possibly read those. I don't think I'm going to sell them. I think I'll read those. This was an awesome book. I was like, how much is this in like a 9.6? It's a very expensive book in, 9.6. Giant Size Spider-Man Punisher number 4. Some other minor keys. John Tyler Christopher Negative Space variant for Moon Knight. Mordred the Mystic, 3 copies of that. This actually came from a different collection. 12-cent Spidey. Some more 12-cent Detective. Kang minor key. Some awesome Marvel horror throughout this entire collection. 12-cent Justice League. Some more Marvel horror number 1s. 12-cent Justice League. First cover appearance of Nebula. Bond Batman number 1 in really high grade. Detective Comics. Love these. Newsstand and Direct. Awesome Daredevil 196. More 12 cents. King Size Annual Invaders number 1. Web of Spider-Man. Wonder Woman's the first appearance of the second Cheetah, I believe. Just stuff that is a minor key or major key enough to just put up by itself on whatnot. Nothing huge, of course. I learned that these 12-cent Detective and World's Finest are not highly desired, which is odd. It seems like a great deal. And Superman. This is what's out of the 7. All right, so we already had a couple shows. These 2 were in there too. I'm in the process of pressing those. And then we have this stack here, which is 9/8 candidates after a press. So they do all need to be pressed and cleaned. Micronauts 1, Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine number 1. Awesome wraparound cover on that one. This one's a 9/8 candidate for $6.57. So cool to see this. One of my favorite Punisher War Machine covers. So this is a second print for $2.18. Elektra Assassin, highly undervalued in my opinion, Bill Sienkiewicz key for the price. I mean, this is only like a $5 or $10 book, but this one's a 9/8 candidate. Web of Spider-Man 1, Newsstand 9/8 candidate. Another one of these popped up. I believe this is a 150 or a 175 for the first cameo appearance of Cindy Moon. And the J. Scott Campbell version of that same book. 9/8 candidate of this, $6.55. First appearance of Black Chrysanthemum, Darth Vader number 1. The JTC Negative Space variant for Civil War number 1. This is a 9/8 candidate. It's a square bound book, so that's going to be tricky to press, but it's definitely worth getting graded in a 9/8. And this one has me really excited. This is Batman number 254, and this thing is a 9/6 or 9/8 candidate. After a press. Now it's a square bound book and I have to press it out. Obviously it's got, an overhang and some issues. There's a little crunch on the back, but none of it breaks color. And I mean, I don't even know if there are any 9/8s of this. I haven't looked at the census, but it would just be so cool to get something from this era in 9.8. It's a difficult press because it's square bound, but like I said, none of the issues break color, so we'll see what happens with this one. I do want to show you just an example of one of these other boxes. This is a decent mixed box, so we have a little bit of everything in here. Venom Funeral Pyre, Venom Enemy Within, Venom Lethal Protector, Venom Lethal Protector number 4, first appearance of Scream, a little bit of Venom. This is cool. I know I'm about to say a swear word. If you have children in the room, cover their ears. A Marvel acetate cover. Sorry, that was a dad joke right there, you guys. But these are actually really cool acetate covers for the Marvels Batman Shadow of the Bat #1. That's a minor key. This one was cool to see it as a collector's set. It comes with all this other stuff in the poly bag. Like I said, none of it is junk. I mean, Batman versus Predator is worth collecting, and there's a 20-cent Detective Comics with a cool cover, some Silver Surfer, some Dark Knight's Metal, some Nightwing. There was the Nightwing first solo series, the complete one in here somewhere. Galactus Origins Newsstand #1, some Justice League, a whole bunch of Moon Knight from this series. There's also Moon Knight from the original series, some Bronze Age Daredevil, and then some more modern Batman from, some really cool runs of that. So, like I said, this is a decent mixed box. So that does it for this video. I'm really excited to wrap this whole thing up. We're still a ways away from that. I have to have, a couple Whatnot shows. I hope to see you over there on Whatnot. Link down in the description for $15 towards your first purchase. If you're new to Whatnot, I'm really looking forward to that CGC unboxing with all the books from this collection. And I'm really looking forward to just getting the final number so we could see, how much money was made, how much money am I going to kick back to the seller, how much time was involved. I'll wrap it all up with a nice little bow at the end. So it's just exciting. Thank you so much for coming along with me for the ride. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like for your chance to win a free slab. And head over to BryceComics.com and sign up for the newsletter for your chance to win another free slab and first access to new inventory that comes through the shop. Thanks as always for sticking with me to the end of the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bryce Comics.